A good chunk of the season has passed us now, Grant.
Here we go.
I'd imagine the wear and tear is adding up for some players.
Yeah, it varies from guy to guy. You know, vets are usually dealing with something just from playing so many years. But, B.A., the rookies, they're learning now what it takes to be in NBA condition.
So let's take a look at the starters for Toronto. We've got Donovan Mitchell, and it's White in at the point guard position.
First team foul.
Here's Mullen. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. It's on Drew Holiday. Toronto shooting their first free throws tonight.
Shooting two.
And he makes a first. And while the Raptors are rebuilding, they're not bottoming out like some teams out there, Grant.
Yeah, they have some pieces. I mean, some young guys who can really play. And with the lottery odds flattened out and the play-in tournament, that middle road is more agreeable than in years past.
Ellis has checked in for Drew Holiday.
You really don't even have to watch him at the line. Just listen for the net.
Gasol, a screen on White. Payton passes to Ellis. Just 5 to shoot. 2 points. That one goes.
Nice way to start the game. That's where you'd like to get your shots from.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch. They'll be up against Donovan Mitchell tonight, and coach is well aware of the challenges that he presents. He said Donovan's so good at changing speeds, it's hard to know when to send help. I'd rather be overly cautious in that regard, because if no help comes, then all of a sudden Mitchell is in his groove. Makes sense to me. Back over to you, Brian.
And Allie, thank you for that. Now here's White in his last outing with 12 points. And it's Mitchell, the miss. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Payton passes to Gasol. And here's Durant. Nice move. Blocked! And they recover it. Ellis on the wing. Checked by Mitchell. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. The Raptors have gone 1 for 3 so far. White looking it over. High arcing shot. It's tipped. First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. For 3, Durant. That's good. His first made shot in 3 attempts.
On the catch and shoot, Durant is so effective. You have to run him off his shot.
Here's Malone. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
Far from an ideal start, only 1 for 5. Let's see if they can turn it around.
Gasol, the screen. Outside Durant. He hits the back iron and sinks it. Durant's got 5 points.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. If he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Here's Unseld. Outside Durant. Jacks up a 3. Gilmore grabs the miss. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for Toronto. It's a 3-point game. Malone, and that one is stuffed right through.
And B.A., he takes his rebounding so seriously.
This dude is such a grinder. His teammates appreciate the effort. Just goes all out on the glass.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
Gilmore, oh, and makes it with the kiss.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now here's Durant. He played a great game against San Antonio. Over Mitchell, and that one's good by Durant. He's got 7.
Add KD's mid-range J to the game's unblockable shots alongside the sky hook and the step-back 3.
Here's Malone, and there's the screen. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. And after that surprising Karl-Anthony Towns trade, it took time for Minnesota to gel.
Yeah, last season some inconsistency, but they seem to find a groove down the stretch, capping it off with a deep run.
The first one falls, and Minnesota making a change here. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. And prior to last season, the Timberwolves had never won a playoff series in consecutive seasons, Dan.
Yeah, and so now they make the conference finals 2 seasons in a row. The most sustained success this franchise has ever known.
Timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys.
Now on the court is your active backup squad. You got the active backup squad.
Looking at the league's top scorers for the past month. These guys have been on a tear. The 4th spot held by Kevin Durant.
And this last month has been truly special for him. He's scoring at will and in a rhythm on offense.
Mitchell against Payton. Fires the 3. And out of bounds, Minnesota will have it. Richardson's checked in for Toronto. DeRozan comes in for Donovan Mitchell. Minnesota's gone 1 of 4 from deep. Outside Payton. Daniels a screen on White. Back to Durant. Up and over Richardson. It's hauled in by DeMar DeRozan. Toronto has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Launches a 3. Nader grabs a miss. Minnesota in the lead. Over White. Payton, no good. Toronto shooting an unremarkable 30% in the first. White finds Richardson. The 3 is up. And again, Toronto, no good.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots. Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
They set the pick. And he's going for the oop here. And stolen by Durant. Here we go. There's the 3. And it's Toronto with a rebound. Outside Richardson. Issel, pass to White. Now here's DeRozan. 6 to shoot to get back on track, and he nails the jumper.
Yeah, he's a mid-range guru. DeRozan might be one of the best we've ever seen from that in-between area.
Here's Elliott. No points so far. Outside Payton. Pass to Daniels. Minnesota needs to get off a shot. Puts up a 3. Payton, no good. Raptors trail by 3. DeRozan outside. Toronto passing it around. Richardson for 3. No good. Ooh, Durant with some nice D. Outside Payton. Three-pointer off the mark.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
And the shot goes down.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
A chance at a 2-for-1 if they'd like.
And I really can't see why they wouldn't.
Outside Durant. From outside the arc. Issel with a rebound.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Here's DeRozan. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
Once DeRozan gets inside with the ball, he is very efficient.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Durant surveying the D. Pass to Nader. 3-pointer. Tipped. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Toronto out in front, up 1. And we'll be back short. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And from what we've seen from the Raptors, what's your take so far?
You know, they've been relentless in how they attack the paint.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
We've got Drew Holiday, and it's Harper in at the 1. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the T-Wolves. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Brian. Donovan Mitchell can put up points, but he's sacrificing some of that to get his teammates going. He said, quote, "For me, it's about balancing, picking my spots, picking my games, empowering everybody. But sometimes I've got to go do what I'm paid to do." Guys, back to you.
He can heat up in a hurry. Thank you very much for the report, Allie. Here's Mullen. Over Holiday. Again, the Raptors good for 2 more.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Gasol, a screen on Murphy. Pass to Gasol. And then Gasol with the jam.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Here's Harper, covered by Murphy. Harper passes to Holiday. To the inside. Unseld, shot is good. Unseld's gotten his first basket of the night. And Stan, you coached a bunch of seasons in the league. What's an issue that you face that maybe the average fan doesn't know?
Well, look, I think the thing that fans really underrate about the game is how intelligent these guys are. So it's not really an issue that I face because I was lucky to have smart guys. But I think fans underestimate how much basketball intelligence factors in when you're talking about the best players in this game.
Timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Durant's checked in. And with some time here, let's see which teams have been terrors in transition over the last month of play. In the third spot, the Timberwolves.
They've done a great job using their defense to create for them on offense. Turn it over against this team, and you're going to be in trouble.
And so Murphy will bring it up for the Raptors. Pass to Mullen. To the paint. Here's Gilmore. Some solid defense from Gasol.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
Here's Harper. Outside Holiday. The three, Durant. Gilmore grabs the miss. The Raptors have gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. Pass to Malone. And here's Murphy. From deep, Mitchell. Rebounded by Unseld. Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. Here's Harper. No made baskets yet. KD from KD. Wow.
He's already got 9 points from three-point range. They need to pay attention to him wherever he is.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Oh, there's the alley. Got a hand on it. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already.
Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this quarter.
And out of bounds, Minnesota will have it. And let's see what the Minnesota Timberwolves have coming up. On Monday, they'll be playing against LaMelo Ball and the Dallas Mavericks. Then on Thursday, they'll host the Charlotte Hornets.
And for that game against Los Angeles, that'll be game number 10 for them. Starting to get into the full swing of things. Should be a fun one.
Outside Durant. Pass to Unseld. Clock at 6. Launches it. Durant with another miss.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots. Better selection. You have to be set up for success.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments.
Yeah, hoping to tap into something that'll get them clicking.
Yeah, they just have to be more patient. Less forcing and more passing.
Minnesota has gone just 1 of 5 so far this quarter from 3. Durant with a screen on Mitchell. On the wing, Payton releases. The kick to Durant. Takes a 3. KD! What else would you expect?
Yeah, one of the most skilled players we've ever seen. Durant just continues to dominate offensively.
Pass to Malone. Here's Mullen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Soft touch off the glass. Mullen's got 6.
Showing off the dribble moves. Able to create for himself. I love it.
Holiday passes to Durant. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. And the Timberwolves lead by 4.
I just love the ball.
And he lobs it up to the rim. Outside Holiday. Pass to Daniels. And he dunks it down.
Well, Holiday has terrific vision. He's
Murphy passes to Noah. And stolen by Durant. Fast break, Minnesota. Here's Daniels. Murphy pulls it in. Raptors trail by 6. Outside Mitchell. From outside, Mitchell is good.
Mitchell has everything, including that three-point shot.
The steal. And stolen by Holiday. Outside Durant. From downtown. Gets the 3 ball to go. Durant's got 12 now in this quarter. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And how about their shot blocking tonight? I mean, creating doubt every time the ball goes up. But they're there lurking.
And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And here's White. He'll bring it up for Toronto. They trail by 9. They come into this one having outplayed the Mavericks last time out.
And they got into a consistent offensive flow, largely because the defense they were facing was poor.
Yeah, but even against weak defense, your execution still matters. Luckily, they were able to take advantage.
There's a screen. Down low. Here's Daniels. And he jams it after taking a nice feed on the run.
We all know about Durant's ability as a scorer, but he is so unselfish, and he always makes the right play in pick and rolls.
Oh, DeRozan sinks it through contact.
And their offense seems to be coming around. Now they're shooting upwards of 50% from the field.
Pass to Elliott. Back to Payton. Outside Durant. Puts one up from 19. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Well, his offense is carrying them right now. And even with the defense keying on him, he's making great adjustments on the fly.
Here's DeRozan. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Richardson against Durant. Pass to Noah. DeRozan looks it over. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. Kevin Durant has been leading the charge for Minnesota. A tremendous offensive output. He's got 29 tonight. Time for a quick break. Then back to the action.
Let's talk about our winner from the Western Conference.
He's been a force over the stretch, getting to his spots, capitalizing, relentless approach.
No one's been able to stop him. No one's really come close. And circling back to the first half, things have not gone as planned for the Toronto Raptors.
They're getting...
And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA.
We've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. You know, Kevin Durant has really been making it happen here, guys.
He's been so disruptive defensively in the first half. His fast hands pick plenty of pockets.
And because of that, I expect to see a huge emphasis on ball control moving forward.
The Timberwolves lead by 9. So for the Raptors right now, we've got Mitchell, and it's White in at the point guard position. Durant for 3. He buries it from 3. Durant's got 32 points.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
And there's contact and a whistle. So he's got 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, a strong move to the rack draws that foul.
Toronto shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And he drops the first. He's off on the second. The Timberwolves lead by 11. And there's the lob. It's intercepted. Mitchell, the pass to White. 17-foot shot on the way. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. White's got his second basket.
Good play call and good execution. The offense running on all cylinders.
Outside Durant. A deep 3. And another Another three from Minnesota.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
You know, I've got 2 words to describe Donovan Mitchell. Dynamic scorer. You put this man in just about any situation, and he'll find a shot no matter what.
First one falls for him.
On the very short list of franchise-level guards, Donovan Mitchell can take over a game with his scoring ability.
Both free throws good for Mitchell. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute played. Gasol, a screen on White. On the wing, Durant. Fires for three. It's hauled in by White. And it's good for 2. And the Timberwolves lead by 12.
They've got the offense clicking. 3 for 4 to start the half and looking confident.
Here's Mullen. Off the mark there with a 3.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet. Yeah, they've come out of the break confidently. 4 of their first 5 here to start the second half.
Timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Interesting to look back at last season. These were the NBA's best transition teams. The Raptors, 4th.
They would just push the ball at every opportunity, even when defenders had already gotten back.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Outside White. Pass to Mitchell. Here's Mullen. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. Mullen's got 9.
This is something Mitchell is only getting better at, finding ways to get his guys good shots.
They set a pick. Outside Durant. Lets the 3 flop, and again for 3.
He's got this defense scrambling. Even when they've got 2 guys on him, he finds a way to get to space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for 3-pointers in a single game. Controls the rebound and the putback.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
Let's go with a 3. Connects again from distance.
And he's now set the team record for most threes in a single game. What a shot he's got.
A lot of it stems from his confidence. Even when he misses, he's sure the next one's going in. Pass to Gasol. Here's Unseld. And he's going for the lob. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And count it. The shot is good, and he'll go to the line.
Over his career, Mitchell has developed his playmaking for others, a great skill to have.
Toronto making a switch here. Murphy's checked in. Grant, you look at some of the rule changes in recent years. Does it seem to you like coaches' challenges are here to stay?
You know, B.A., it does. And I think that's a good thing. You know, I can think of a few calls I would have liked to challenge in my day. So it's a nice option to have.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Outside Durant. Outside Holiday. Off target from outside. Raptors trail by 13. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thank you, guys. Commissioner Silver talked about health, and he said that some of the injuries that our young players are experiencing are overuse injuries. In earlier eras, players in school participated in different sports depending on the season. He said perhaps a return to that approach is warranted. Guys, back to you.
Interesting thought. Okay, Allie, thanks a lot.
Well, that's what you want. Get him the ball and see if he can close the gap.
Outside Durant. Three-pointer. Good! Another from three.
The parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
And that latest triple ties him for second for most threes in a game. What a monster performance from deep it's been.
Yeah, moving alongside Curry's mark from 2016. That was the top spot until Klay took it. They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Gasol, a screen on White. On the wing, Durant. Another one falls for Minnesota.
Well, he's had a night. This team feeds off his energy. And every time they've needed a bucket, he's delivered.
Here's Mullen. And it's all from three-point range. The Timberwolves lead by 12. Unseld. Pass to Payton. Outside Durant. Fires from deep. Connects again from distance.
And of course it falls for him. And that three pushing him into the record books.
Well, he is now tied for the most threes in a game. A night we'll never forget.
Yeah, matching Klay's 14. One more shouldn't be too much to ask.
Oh, no. He may have gotten injured right there. Man, he's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, so tough. I mean, guys, I feel bad for him and the whole team. I hope it's not as bad as it looks.
Yeah, this can bring a team together. Guys can step up and try to pick up the slack for an injured teammate.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. And a look now at the breakdown between threes and twos for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, plenty of shots raining down from outside the arc. They're stretching out the defense and forcing them to leave the inside unprotected, which only makes it easier to get to the hoop.
DeRozan with the ball. Now guarded by Daniels. 6 on the shot clock. Toronto needs to get off a shot here. Offensive rebound. Gilmore. And he goes in for the dunk.
Grabs the board and goes right in for the putback. I love it, B.A.
Yeah, wanting to close the gap. Makes sense to get aggressive on the glass here. He shoots again. And the layup is up and in. Gilmore's got 17.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Pass to White. To the middle. Tipped. It's stolen by Daniels. Here we go. One-on-one. Oh, the teardrop falls in. And the Timberwolves lead by 13. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Minnesota.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
Well, another major factor in the offensive performance was the fast break. Converting on those chances when they get them tonight.
Oh, KD! Filthy!
Yeah, the single-minded focus of Durant on offense is all about getting buckets, no distractions.
Payton against White. Pass to Issel. White with a screen on Durant. Shot clock at 6. Richardson for 3. Gets rebounded by Minnesota.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Raptors trail by 15. Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. It's stolen by Holiday. And here we go, the Timberwolves on the run. Durant, no good. White against Payton. White, the pass to Gilmore. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Gilmore's got 11 points here in the second half.
Yeah, he's leading the charge for them. But let's be honest, he needs more help if they're going to get out in front.
Well, consistent scoring is a good foundation for a comeback. They can't be wasting possessions now.
And so it's Minnesota in a good situation. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
Well, his height gives him the ability to see the floor, and he makes a quick decision and a great pass.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. All right, time for an injury report.
Hey guys, the head athletic trainer for Toronto provided some info for us. He said there's severe pain and swelling near the heel. Classic signs of a strained Achilles.
And again for three.
And that is a three that will put him in the record books.
The most triples ever in a game. History being made.
Yeah, making waves and passing the Splash brother, Klay Thompson. 15 threes and counting.
The first free throw is good. So both teams changing it up here. Both good from the line that time.
Well, he might have been a little passive in the first half, but that's I like this more aggressive approach.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. He said, this is who we are. This is the pace. Don't let up. He said it doesn't matter if they go on a run. What matters is how we respond. They plan to respond with a fury, guys.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. Inside, Gilmore. That one's good. Mitchell making the play. Mitchell's got 4 assists now tonight.
He's creating good looks and shooting very efficient.
Durant for 3. Rebound Toronto. Malone's got 4 rebounds in the game. On the wing, Payton. He's guarded by White. Outside Durant for 3. Rebound by the Raptors. Here's Howell. Shoots over Durant. The shot by Howell, no good.
Excellent coverage defensively, making it hard on him.
Shots blocked. White with it. Pass to Gilmore. Toronto passing it around. The 3. Sinks the tray. Mitchell's got 6 in the quarter.
A volume shooter at the arc. Mitchell will rarely hesitate to take that.
Gasol, a screen on White. Now here's Durant. Beyond the arc. Good. He hits again. 60 points. This guy can't be stopped right now.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
To the middle. Here's Gilmore. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. Gilmore's got 17 now, just in the second half. Outside Payton. Pass to Gasol. From 12 feet. Rebound Toronto. Gilmore's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Holiday against White. Gasol grabs the board. Gasol's got 5 rebounds in the game. Durant, pass to Payton. Back to Durant. Lets it fly. Gilmore grabs the miss. And so it's White with it. He brings it up for Toronto. Here's Howell. Nice D from Durant. The Timberwolves lead by 9. Hayden passes to Gasol. From 11 feet away. And he gets the bucket.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there, then continuing to press the advantage.
To the paint. Here's Gilmore. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of that.
Brown, he's checked in for Toronto. Raptors trail by 9. Pass to Malone. Here's Gilmore. Checked by Gasol. Gilmore passes to Malone. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Brown. The 3-ball. Here's Gilmore. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Padding the stat sheet. Getting the board and the hoop all on one play.
Yep, he's earned his coach's appreciation. The 3, Durant. Rebound, Toronto. Pass to Brown. Hayden against White. Outside Mitchell. There's the triple. Oh, almost had a 4-point play right there. But he'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
They've definitely made free throws look easy here in the second half.
That free throw is good from Mitchell. Good on the second one. And he can't make it 3 for 3. Minnesota leading by 5. Unseld. Pass to Payton. Minnesota again missing.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Oh! Touches it off the glass.
0 rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
Yeah, there's no excuse for giving that up. That's absolute last.
Can't get it to go.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Mitchell outside. Oh, he rips it down off the miss.
Oh, phenomenal hustle. He has a knack for those boards.
Man, he is tenacious when that ball goes up. Outside Durant. Let's loose for 3. He got it again. Sensational.
Never in the history of the franchise have we seen a game like this. He's putting on a remarkable performance.
It's their all-time single-game scoring record. Their fans will be reliving this game for a long time. Beyond the arc. Oh, it doesn't go.
They need buckets to stay in this game. That's not the shot they're looking for.
And another one.
And he's been dominant so far in this one.
Shouldering the offense. Really taking it to the opposition. They swipe it. Oh, it's stolen by Mitchell. Misses the 3. And so Holiday will bring it up for the T-Wolves. At one point, they led by 16.
You know, I think it's desperation time for them.
It's not going to be easy now. They're going to need just about everything to go right from this point on.
Proving to be a true leader in these spots, Mitchell embraces the chance to sink these important baskets. is big. Cancels out the triple at the other end and helps stretch out their lead.
Toronto making a switch here. DeRozan is checked in, and Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. Seconds left to play in the fourth quarter.
Well, he outworked everyone for that board. It's a kind of effort you love to see.
He didn't have his feet planted.
Richardson's checked in for DeRozan. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
At the line for Minnesota, Payton, taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And a tough break as his second attempt is no good at the line.
At this point, it just feels like it's over.
Yeah, time is not on their side. The score is not on their side. Nothing you can do.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for 2, Payton.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that increases the lead to 6. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
He doesn't waste a chance to pad their lead. It's been some solid free throw shooting.
Now a timeout called by Toronto. They're down by 7. All right, guys, what's your take?
And time's running short. They just couldn't get over that hump.
Well, I've been in this spot more times than I'd like to admit. All you can do is tell your guys to hold their heads up and finish strong.
And here's White. Puts up the tray. No good.
And he's doing things on the glass tonight that we don't often see.
Well, it's all due to his energy and effort, as well as how well he's been able to get ideal positioning on the glass.
And so it's Minnesota with the W. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory, but a win's a win.
And it's so true, but you have to credit the crowd for giving them such a big boost toward the end. It really kept this team's energy high.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And now, time for our player of the game, Kevin Durant.